I'm still alive, still in my spaceship. That's what it feels like when the wind's doing 35 miles an hour. Well, I guess it was up to 37, and it's currently 34 miles an hour. But that's 35 miles an hour. It's windy as hell. I think I got a propeller up on the roof just humming away. I mean, it's scary to go near it because them things are spinning around so fast. You'd think if one of them blades come off, it'd come right through the roof. But I was thinking about the blazes, the double blazes. That's oh, there's more than double blazes, because the very end of the thrill of the chase, the very end, there, the very end. Is there? No, that's the end. Where'd it go? Where's the part about his father? Oh, here. Now I feel that my father is sitting on the edge of a cloud. He's sitting on the edge of the cliff up there. He's one of the figures up on the top of the the rock up there. Somewhere watching. If he knows everything about me, if you know everything about Forrest, you know that his father's been busy lighting candles, some of them on both ends. He wasn't busy lighting one blaze, he was lighting several. And some candles he was lighting on both ends. Not just one, some of them. There are multiple blazes, like I've found, We got the gypsies, the Biddy's boy, the Rockwell boy, father, the painting I showed yesterday that's from Once Upon a While, with the girl and the guy on the paint palette painted on there. He's talking about that it's his until Peggy until he passes away, and then Peggy can have it. But he still considers it his after he dies, even though So it'll always be Forrest Fenn, known as Forrest Fenn's treasure. So he's not going to lose that title. Because if you called it something else, it wouldn't be popular. Because he's made it popular. I'm trying to move some things out of my computer here. I wanted to get open that other that one. That one. Oh, I know where I saved it. So I made the thumbnail for this video is I took his bracelet and I took the formations I found, his memories, and replaced the stones with these formations, almost in the order that they come in. There's the Clovis Point in the ribs of the mammoth, and Moses, and the teacher waking him up at his desk, and for whom the bell tolls, and the canoe with the people in there, and he's got a stick pole, for pushing on the bottom, no paddle, he's got a stick, and the stout-hearted men, and it's just, I couldn't fit all of the formations on the stones that were shown on the bracelet. If it could show the backside, I could probably show some more of them, but there still aren't enough stones in the bracelet to show all of the blazes in the course. His father, he's pretty busy lighting candles. What's he doing? He's making blazes, not just one blaze. If you only have one blaze, you don't have a solve. There are multiple blazes. People don't want to hear that, but that's the truth of the matter. You know, oh, I don't want to hear that. It just messes up my solution. Yeah, your solutions are, I've got the only correct solution, you know. Forrest knows I do. But I hope he knows that I've been sometimes guilty only by innuendo, and that's why I wrote my epitaph. So I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. Right there, he says, they think I hid the treasure out there, but really what I wanted them to find was these blazes. If you could find these blazes and find Moses, and then you're the omnipotent guru. You're the successful guru. It's pretty much, oh, he said he's stepping back. He's pretty, you know, it's pretty much done. And he said it'd be somebody that's confident. And that's one of the things people hate the most about me is confidence. My confidence. Because I'm extremely confident. You can't not, I told Forrest, you can't tell me that I'm wrong. Because I know I'm right. He knows it. Yeah. So he's got all them blazes, but I gotta open up. Where is it? It wasn't in my recent open file, so I've got to go find this file. Oh, where did I put it? Okay, I put it in that directory right there. Oh, there it is. I'll show you. There we go. You see, that guy's climbing up over the edge to kiss the girl. And here the girl is climbing up over the edge to kiss the boy. This artist, I believe Forrest Fenn showed this artist this. And wanted something that mirrored that. To mirror it, you put the girl on top and the boy climbing up the side. And you see here, see there, the hole, that's a mammoth eye, actually. So that's the hole in the palette. And I'm trying not to show her butt too much, you know. He could have done it without her naked, you know, because this one looks like she's wearing a nightie. She's got a nightie down. You see her feet standing on the tusk, but there's a face in the tusk even. And you see there's figures in the back behind her. And there's figures, see that face back there? There's a big eye. That's like the eye of Horus right there, isn't it? Big eye. Wow. Because that's another mammoth. Or it's the same, I don't know. So these these are a match. These are blazes. His stories are written on the canyon walls. His memoirs are right there in nature. There's already been written. His story was already written before. Some of the stuff, he's talking about the architects that did all this work, that designed all this stuff. 20,000, knows how long. It could have been 30,000 years ago or 40,000 years ago. We don't know. A lot of it's covered with lichens and trees are in the way. You can't see stuff, you know. But I've had the pictures of the kids climbing on the rock for well over, you know, a year, 2 years, something like that. I'm trying to keep the dang cord for the phone keeps getting over in front of my computer. It's hung up on stuff underneath the shelf here. Oh. And yesterday, what happened at the end of my video, my phone is like I'm trying to keep the cord out of the way of the screen, and it insists on being right in front of my screen. You know, when good and God is working with you, evil is working against you to counter all of your moves. To, you know, you got that opposite force pushing on you. You know, that's see, there's the girl and the man on the art palette, on the color palette for painting that are painted on there. The girl and the boy on the rocks. The girls, the gypsy girls dancing, the stout-hearted men partying and drinking around the campfire. Opposites, positives and negatives. As above and so below. It's right in the poem. The first stanza starts with as, the last stanza starts with so. That's as above and so below. Yeah. And I was wondering where my hair went on the back of my head, you know. Your car wouldn't run without a positive and negative terminal on the battery. Things like that. Oh, I may take a couple of these today. At the tooth is a little sore. I took a couple of pain pills the night after they pulled the tooth, and I haven't. I think I took 2 yesterday, but I guess it just need a little relief still. It's hurting a little, sore. Ow. And I got to get more of them done. I'm gonna try and get some. I know they'll give me pain pills for my shoulder, so I'll just hold a few of those for my teeth after. The doctor says alternate. I take the Advil, and then a couple hours later, you take Tylenol. And a couple hours after that, you take the Advil. So, and she says better than narcotics doing it that way. And my power's on. And freaking gosh damn. My computer switched into battery mode for some lame, stupid frickin' reason. No reason for it. Disable. High performance. Apply. I mean, it's got 99% charge. It's doing that because overnight the power goes down and on and off and on and off. I'm off grid. Can the people that make computers go, hey, this guy must live off grid. The power's going on and off. I don't need airplane mode. I need off grid mode, okay? You dumb fucking computer people that live in the city with electricity wired into your house. Yeah, I watched The Dummies last night. I mean, they're not gypsies. They're freaking clowns. They ain't got a clue. You know, he doesn't. He thinks all the clues are in the poem. There's no other real clues in the book. And I mean, there's that clue right there. In the banquet table, there's a whole bunch of stuff right in that last page. Why the grass grows so tall over a French soldier's headstone in Vietnam. Okay, So he's looking for a place with tall grass and stuff. And the other thing I looked up, he threw pepper around to distract the dogs, right? And you look up pepper, when it's growing, it's a red berry-like thing. They dry out into black or white pepper kernels, and then they grind them up. But when they're growing, they're a red berry, you know? And you see red berries in the forest all the time. So I think somewhere with some of these red berries growing around it. And I lost 4 people that didn't have their brain connected today, that think I'm full of it. You see, those people that left the chat don't want to know what I'm saying about them. You know, the great thing about ignorance is that you can use it to an advantage by scaring away the ignorant people. The people that know they're ignorant are going to say, you know, they can't figure it out. They have to answer everything for them. You know, you have to tell them, I don't know what color underwear I'm wearing today. They're blue. You know, whatever. Whereas Casey, girls, if you ever go to a water park or something, a place where there's water rides, don't wear white pants. This will know what color your underwear are when you get off the water ride. I took a girlfriend, yep. I had to walk behind her until her pants dried so that nobody could see the flowers on her panties. That was at, that was Animal Kingdom in Orlando, Disney World. We had a all-day pass, all park, all-day pass, because her mother worked at the park. And that girl turned out to be a bad apple. After I, you know, got this, I was shopping for a $150,000 house, but she wanted the $250,000 house. If I got the 150, I'd probably still be living in it. But she was supposed to help out just a little bit, you know. Out of $1,900 mortgage, she was supposed to help out $300 a month. It couldn't come up with $2 ever, you know. And then the relationship was over, and then she brought her family to town and wanted me to drive them around. You know, you killed the relationship, so I'm not too keen with driving your family around. You go drive them around, you know. And they can rent a car and go drive around in that. I had a 1999 Cadillac Escalade at the time. It keeps enabling the fucking airplane mode on my freaking computer. The power's plugged in. Power's on there. Why ain't the power on here? What's it taking? 59 watts. Going to the computer. Stupid thing. You know, I fight to make electricity. Hey, Paul. Oh, no wonder. Fucking power cord. I mean, it's plugged in the box. The power supply wasn't. There's so many parts. There's the inverter, and it comes down. I got a block of. It's just a big knot of receptacles, and you plug. And so I got that plugged in. It's plugged into a power meter that I can use to measure how much power I'm using. But it was unplugged from the power supply to the computer. Then it's plugged into the docking station of the computer, and then the computer's put onto the docking station. So where's the failure? Between the computer and the docking station? Between the docking station and the power cord? Between the power supply and the receptacle? Or is it the... You know, you always got to figure out what the hell's... Why do I got no electricity now? But now it's okay. It's charging. But that painting... Page 103. Okay, the one with the cowboy on the ladder was okay. And what's the title of the one? Ben Stahl illustrated the novels Gone with the Wind and Little Women, and had more than 70 to 150 of his paintings featured in the Saturday Evening Post. The guy that painted this. These guys at the Saturday Evening Post got their artwork off the mountain up here. But I'll tell you exactly where that is. That formation with the girl climbing over the rock. It's right next to Treasure Falls. Right below Treasure Mountain. And my God, Treasure is bold on the map. It says Treasure right there on the freaking map. And that's where you find this formation with the girl climbing over the rock. And it's getting close to 70 degrees in here, and I'm wearing this warm sweatshirt. Man, I gotta start to sweat. T-shirt time. Look at that hair. When I went into town to go to the doctor's, and I meant to go get a haircut after that, because I've cut my hair and it needs fixed up. And I forgot to go get the haircut. So now I'm the fanatic. You have latitude, longitude theory? No. It's below the 38th parallel. The 38th Korean War, 38th parallel. And the 38th parallel is a big deal. There's a sign on the highway up here that you've reached the 38th parallel, and it talks about Korea and stuff. So, but the blazes, I get open my, there it is. Oh, let's get the other one. Where's my crown? There. Okay. Yoop. Need a hand so I can drag it. Zoom. I made this. Yeah, yesterday what happened? What happened to my stream? So here's the gypsies way on the end. See, these are the gypsies. You can see, barely see them in there, because that's the smallest. You know, because they're one end of the candle, and the stout art. There's the Biddy's boy. Here's the father and son. Father here with the glasses, and the son over here. Here's that one I was just showing you. The kid's climbing on the thing. The Buffalo Cowboys card I found. Here's the Clovis Point. This big arrowhead here in the middle. This is a mammoth formation. This is the mammoth head and the trunk coming down here. See the ripples in the trunk. But this is a Clovis stone. There are people dancing on there and stuff. But this is a small version, so I can't zoom into it. So then you got, and then there's Moses. There's the teacher waking him up while he's sleeping at his desk. There's For Whom the Bell Tolls. There's the canoe, No Paddle Up Your Creek. Here's the Rockwell Boy again, the rock formation. He's out of order. And then there's the Stout-Hearted Men, the guy laying there on top of the rock. And well, I'll let you know. Okay, you have a blaze. You cannot find these blazes on the map. You cannot find it. India, you know. You're not going to find. You got to, these formations or something. You actually got to have a Nikon with a big freaking lens, like I do. So, you know, that's neat with all that. I thought that's one way to show that I'm not talking about just one coincidence. There are so many coincidences that there is no chance of being wrong. And anybody that thinks I'm wrong has a serious issue with cranial rectosis. This is a fish. That's a fish eye. These are two fish hooks. And this is F-E-N-N. Fenn with the fish. But these ends are elephants. This is the E. Curves around. It's, you know, see there's a rock. It's on the edge of a rock and stuff. Clean the church. Why, they make a mess? Still cleaning from Sunday? My God. And I did one with that on my my silver crown. I was sweating. This is the ZPU gun. These are the two guns. There's somebody on the rock. See the face up there? But this is the ZPU gun. The round cylinder barrel, and there's the gun. And his friend took it out, so the other gun's broken and laying on the ground. That's that one I showed you. Pale. That's mirrored of this. This is the girl. Here are the boys laying on top and the girl climbing up. Here are the boys climbing up and the girl's laying on top. Those are the same. Oh, I bet I could question if he's still around, that artist. These probably all dead people that he's showing their art. I got to look up that artist and see. Oh, pinched my skin on my elbow, kind of rolled it on the edge of the table. Twin Butte. Twin Butte. Or buns or Twin Buttes. But the other thing, that palette, the white and the palette, and she's holding something, the sponge, or it's like on the eye of the elephant. That boy on top kind of has his elbow back and holding the eye of the elephant too. That's freaking amazing. That's cool. Or maybe, yeah, but you see he mirrored it like what you see, and then you do it mirrored of what you, and it's a reflection of what's in nature. His book is a reflection of what's in nature. There's only one guru in the chase. Get that straight. Nope, no wonder. The thing is down there. And then these cheap chains from Walmart. they don't. You sweat on them, and they don't look gold anymore. They turn to a brass color or a bronze color. I don't know what metals are in it, but they're, you know, made in China. I've got a real gold chain up here that I have. My eagle is on my gold chain. This eagle pendant, and his neck and feet articulate. He's got a American flag shield on his chest. I am shocked at how many people are have their nose right up Toby's butthole and think that they're giving them good information. The information Toby's giving is no good. He doesn't even. Most of these people, those people, don't even watch my videos, so they're uneducated. You know, if they watch it, they might learn something. Because I've got. I mean, I'm confident about. They're like, well, maybe. It's like, no, there are several blazes. There's the two main blazes on the ends, and there are a whole bunch of them in between. And there's some that go beyond it, but he had to have a start in the beginning because there's more either direction from where the treasure is. One of the part of that problem's because of my lungs don't get congested with air; they get congested with blood, you know, and so it'll make me. The lungs are like, there's something's wrong here. Cough it out. It's not. I'm not going to cough out the blood, you know. Yeah, if the healthcare system went down and I wanted to feel better, the way you do it is you drain some blood off. You see things shaking around in here at all? What's a blaze? A blaze is artwork on the side of the mountain. It's a carved rock. It's a statue. It's art. If you go in a museum, I don't have any frames on mine, but if you go into a gallery or museum, all of the art is in wood frames. In the wood. Art is in the wood. It's amazing how people can't figure that. Can't go, oh, wow, why didn't I think of that? Art in wood frames. You know, if you live in an RV off-grid, you might have plastic frames. But if you got quality stuff, it's in wood frames. You're not putting it in a cheap frame. Yeah, I made a cartoon with those. Where'd that go? Open. Yeah, that should have been right on top of there, on top of the directory. There it is. Yeah, and I call it. From there is what I titled with the one with the. There, we'll show you. Because that's where it's at that point where from there it's no place for the meek. That's why I tell people exactly where this is, because there's still nowhere near the treasure, because this is the point. Oh, don't face text me while I'm streaming. It goes on my screen and it wants to open and cover everything up and shut down the stream. So those are that's the same representative. That's exactly where that came from. I wonder what the title of that is. To get a hold of that artist. Hey, I know that came from Treasure Falls. Let's see, where's his Oops, other book. It's right before the mammoth tusk, I believe. Or is it right after it? Yeah, it's right after it. Ben Stahl. Look at Ben. So, oh, those aren't him. But that's the other thing. You see if he's dead. You don't know how old the picture is. So, oh yeah, he's dead. He died in '87. So, as another thing, most of these people that he's got their art in here, they're dead. You can't get a hold of it anymore to go, hey, did you get that from here? You can't ask him. He's dead. He died in '87. Illustrator, author, he showed precious talent. And just like Picasso got his artwork from ancient cave paintings, he didn't think that Forrest Fenn, oh, those were Rockwell drawings? No, you see, because Forrest Fenn figured that Rockwell got him from the canyon wall. He just got that from the canyon wall. You know, the art's right there. They took it from nature. It's not really nature, it's ancient archaeology. It's from Atlantis. Their story was already written. That's why Forrest Fenn talks about producing copies of artists' paintings. Because all that Rockwell did, all that Ben Stahl did, was, well, oh, I see that up there, and I'm going to paint what I see up there, but I'm going to paint it opposite of what I see, and pretend like it was all my creation, but when the scene really came off of the rock. Let's read a little more about Ben Stahl. Was an American artist, illustrator, and author. He showed precious talent. Went in a scholarship at the Art Institute of Chicago at age 12. His artwork appeared in the International Watercolor Show at the Art Institute when he was 16. He later taught at the Art Institute, as well as the American Academy of Art and the Art Students League of New York, Bronx, Pratt Institute, and various universities. Stahl won many prizes. See, getting treatment for my cancer, I can even read better because I had too much blood in my brain. I was like in a fog for 20 years, and now I've come out of the clouds. Stahl won many prizes, including status gold medal, National Academy of Design. His work appeared in Women's Home Companion, Cosmopolitan, American Artist, Northlight, Esquire, Chicago Tribune, magazine, Picture Post, Southwest Art. See, that's why it wasn't Forrest story in Southwest Airlines magazine, right? Southwest Art. And in the 750 stories, in 750 in the Saturday Evening Post. He was featured in 1976 television series Journey into Art with Ben Stahl. 26-hour programs consisting of lectures and painting demonstrations by the artists. Stahl is one of the... I'm going to see if I can find some of those on YouTube. Stahl was one of the founding facilities for the famous Artist School in 1986. He guest starred in season 7 of The Joy of Painting, wherein renowned artist Bob Ross referred to him as a fantastic painter. He's one of the best painters in the country. Stahl also produced advertising artwork for various companies and posters for several movies, including Ben-Hur. He illustrated a number of books, including The Innkeeper's Wife by A.J. Cronin, a limited edition of Madame Bovary, and the 25th anniversary edition of Gone with the Wind. There you go. There's Clark Gable. We're Gone with the Wind. Stahl wrote 2 novels, Blackbeard's Ghost. I've seen that movie on published in 1965 by Huffington Mifflin and made into a movie by a company in 1968. See, I told you I'd seen that. And no, Gary Cooper can't be in that one. The Secret of Red Skull, a sequel to Blackbeard's Ghost, and also published by Huffington Mifflin. With, and there's a freaking advertisement laying on with, oh, it made a movie with Walt Disney Company, The Secret of the Red Skull. Okay. Published by and illustrated by Stahl's eldest son, Ben Stahl. Ben Stahl served as an official U.S. Air Force artist and is an officer in the U.S. Air Force Reserve. So this guy's got ties to the Air Force and Disney and pirate movies. His son may still be around. I don't know. Is there a link? No, his son doesn't have a wiki because there's no blue letters. But yeah, that's you know, big enlightenment. You know, got the big F light coming out top of the head. You know, I'm gonna have to get some feather thing and put a big F thing on top of my head. Go with memory. Just be funny. I need to shave. I can feel the nubs. I use an electric razor because in the RV because there's no water pressure to clean whiskers out of a razor. You know. I guess I could use a squirt bottle, but it's just easier to keep the electric one charged up. So there was another dead artist that he mentions and stuff. Another Saturday Evening Post guy who gets his artwork off of rocks in nature. I'm going to try and contact his kid though, if he's still around, because if that guy died in '87, you figure his children are probably usually 20, 25 years younger than the parent. And so, yeah, his kid is probably Forrest's age, Ben Stahl. So, that was, I did look up the right. His son is Ben. He's Ben. He's Ben and he's Ben. They both been there. Yeah. Ben Stahl. And his son has the same name. Where'd that go? Nope. There. Over here. Ben F. Stahl. So yeah, he has a kid that's probably 80. Probably won't find him on the internet. You know, a lot of old people, they never got into computers and stuff. Smart ones do, like Forrest. Software, no. Yeah, he might be gone too. Because he's probably 85, 90, and if he's alive. But I can look up those videos, Ben Stahl videos, and Joy of Painting, Portrait of Sally, Friends of Bob Ross, Ben Stahl, Friends of Bob Ross, Ben Stahl, Journey into Art, Ben Stahl music. So there's lots of videos to watch about Ben Stahl. And I'm curious if any of the videos, if he admits that he finds his ideas in nature. I could have found at least that one was from nature. I know that. Forrest knows that too. Forrest won't answer nothing to me. Forrest, if you ask Forrest about Bill Gorman, he's not going to tell you a thing except that guy's nuts. Because he's protecting me and my solution from you. He doesn't want you to know that I'm on it. He doesn't want anybody to know, because I'm out there collecting all the bananas, and there ain't going to be no bananas left for you. You can't collect the bananas I've already collected, like that one. Before I sent Forrest a poster of that months ago. I sent him a poster of those kids on the rock, and a poster of Thoth and stuff like that. So Forrest knows that I'm on it, but he ain't. That's why I've never mentioned. I'm avoided on all the other vlogs because I'm right. People don't like the oddball, the missing link in the solution. They don't like it if your ideas are opposite of theirs, then you're not going to convince them of anything. They got one blaze somewhere, and I just pointed out in the book that his father was lighting candles. If you toss your body on it, you don't plan on being found. Yeah, there are. I've been to places that I swear nobody would ever look here. Nobody would look here for years and years and years. Because people go for the trails and the popular stuff. They don't go for the side stuff. This thing rocking around. See stuff shaking up over here. And if you can hear the propeller spin, it's a hum, and it's like a 31-mile-an-hour wind right now. And I like looking at the shadow of the prop rather than looking straight, because if you're looking straight at it, that thing can come and hit you. But the shadow, I can see that the pole's like doing this, but it can't go because I got 6 guide wires on there, and that way you can do it with 3 or 4 or 5. But if you do it with 6, you can lose one and still be good. And it's kind of double, because the wind's hitting me almost head on and blowing to the, so it's windshield's pointed into the wind. Found out when I was in Corpus Christi down there, and the wind came up from behind, and it got underneath the plastic skin of the roof of my RV and tore a big old 6 foot by 4 foot chunk off. So I got a big patch up there on the roof. This peel and stick, peel and stick roofing. It's like 7 layers, like the burritos at Taco Bell, you know. there's aluminum and tar and glue and plastic, and there's 6-7 layers of water sealant basically, and it worked real good. And everywhere that I had seams up there, I cut strips of that peeling stick and covered all the seams. I haven't had any leaks since then. My windshield was leaking at the top, and so I got a piece over the top of the windshield, and it comes down 6 inches over the front edge of the windshield, and my windshield don't leak anymore. So then I replaced the dash on my RV. I can show you that. You want to see my dash? So the oldest preserved remains are in a marshland. Yeah, up in Holland or whatever. Those mummies they found. I'm suspecting, because I know they made these stones, that they put the body there and they covered them with concrete. They're encased in them rocks. Some of them. Some of the people, and elephant. I would assume, I would think that there's probably some elephants that are encased in some of that stone. And then you imagine the elephant rots inside and just leaves an empty cavity in there. But, and I know that there's supposed to be an entrance to this one area, because there's a story about some guys being stranded there in the winter, and they found a cave entrance in the canyon wall. Well, that's where all the formations are. And there's formations that are like looking into a dark spot. You know, are they looking into the hole that goes to the halls of Amente, or what? You know. And there are no other gurus in the chase, right? Forrest Fenn's a guru. I'm the guru. I'm the guru. The one that found his Moses. You know. He talks about Moses. You know, Moses there. That this Moses was a perfect likeness. Was a perfect likeness of what? Of what? You know? It's a perfect likeness of the freaking rocks I found. Duh! Right there in between. If you can't see an omega in a mammoth or an elephant, then you need to go back to kindergarten. Yeah, he's spiritual. What is it? The Bible isn't spiritual. It's Christian. Okay, spiritual is a Mason is spiritual. They go by all of the ancient wisdom. They include all that ancient wisdom, not just what happened 2,000 years ago. What happened 14,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago. Spiritual, you include all of that, and you make your spiritual beliefs from that. He's spiritual. Oh, well, Moses is a Christian thing. He can't be spiritual if he has Moses. The Bible is part of this. If you don't, you know, spiritual people know it all. If you're into the Bible, you only know the Bible. You don't know shit about the rest of the spiritual world, you know? Or you went down that path of witches and stuff. They're spiritual, you know, there's dark spiritual forces and there are light spiritual. You know, are you a child of light or are you a child of darkness? And a lot of people go to that dark side. They're not going to the dark side. Forrest don't go to the dark side. He's looking for the light. and when you're looking for the light and you see something dark in a Bible, you go, that's horse shit. That's not part of my belief. You know, that you know, Moses is a spirit, but it's not really Moses. It's Thoth. The Moses that this is he called it Moses because that's something you can understand. You don't understand Thoth. You don't understand Thoth unless you've read the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Then you might start getting an understanding of Thoth. And he has Thoth on right by his desk. Oh, Thoth and Isis and Horus. Get out. What part? The southern side rope. The south side rope. Oh, get out. What part? Oh, get out. What part? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You got to be a little more specific, you know. No shit. 61st and Pulaski. Nice. Right by the big Indian. I saw it. If you watch For Whom the Bell Tolls, he talks about the book. It's not subtle if he's talking about the book. He threw the book in the trash because he already seen the movie. You know what? Throw the book away. Throw the book away. Throw the books away. Watch the movies. It's about Gary Cooper from Helena, Montana. Gary Cooper is CG, or GC is opposite of Cary Grant CG. My son's a CG. It's like Cary Grant, right? I've narrowed it down. Forrest ain't giving out no hints because he knows he's giving out enough hints. Because I'm right on top of it. So if you want any more hints, you're not going to get them from Forrest. But I give out hints. I've given out more than enough hints. And the other hint is he ain't giving it up till he's dead. He's hinted at that. He's hinted at his will. And what did it say? I think here. Too far to walk. All the way. This book is dedicated to all who have pushed me against my will. He's up against his will. He's at the end of his life where his will is going to take effect. And made me a better person. So the word will right there, he's referring to his will. He refers tea with Olga and lawyers. You forget that there was a lawyer there to help write her will and getting his information for that or whatever to hand the property over to him. And in his will is where you grant titles to who gets what. Yeah. I just watched the one video from Collected Works again yesterday, and he was there were several people that were that far, several, okay, and the 200 foot is because it's 200 feet straight up. You can't get there unless you're Davio with a rope. How does Forrest check to make sure it's... The trove for all to seek. The trove is this art that I've been collecting and finding out there. The trove of art. Grab all the bananas. These pictures are the bananas. These sculptures on the rocks. His memoirs on the rocks are his trove. His trove for all to seek. He's hinting about a treasure, but it's the trove that you seek. And There ain't gonna be nobody find the treasure before Forrest Fenn's dead. And we can place bets on that. Nobody's gonna have the treasure before Forrest Fenn's dead. It could be nobody's gonna have the treasure until both Forrest and Peggy have passed away. You know, just like the statue, because he mentions that with the statue he's given to his granddaughter, that she can't have it until both him and Peggy have passed away. Can you hear that? That's my wind generator. 35 mile an hour wind. That's 39.9. That's a 40 mile an hour wind. And the weather report said gusts to 30. It's always like 10, 15 miles an hour faster than what they put in the forecast. Yeah, I had to, because my video got cut off just when I was getting into these art things and stuff. So, yesterday. So that's why I came on it. I got nothing to do. I'm resting. It's humming away up there. You see the stuff swinging behind me. This big arrowhead swinging. Stuff swinging up there in the corner. All my cupboards are full, so I got things hanging from the ceiling, and there he goes again. Boy, that's 37 mile an hour wind. But my wind generator up there with my current setup has performed at 55 mile an hour. I got an extra wind generator. I'm not going to. Well, we get hurricane force wind here. We get 60, 70 mile an hour winds. Gee, high school. I was a Viking in high school. I was on the swim team. I swam long distance. I swam a mile in 17 minutes. 500 yards is about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. 100 yards is 92 seconds. I swim as fast as people walk. Oh, install way up the cross. They did say he worked on some movies. So, yeah, I got a bunch of Ben Stahl videos to watch. Bob Ross, an Indian girl. He's, I guess, got Stahl on the show. 5 wanted paintings of Ben Stahl. See, I won't play the videos on my laptop because its internet is tethered through my phone, and so I only watch the videos on the phone because the data is measured different from what goes directly to the phone, and I'm limited more on what I can, how much data I get with the computer before they bring it back to 1960 internet speeds. There was no internet in 1960. Yeah, I know. That's how fast it is. Anyone here ever search for the treasure? No, I never search for the treasure. I'm just searching for his trove. my trove for all to seek. He's hinting at a treasure. And because that sentence before the poem doesn't end in a, I don't think it ends in a period. It's a comma. So the poem is part of that sentence before it. So if it leads to the end of his rainbow, you got to start. Yeah, well, it has a colon. So, end the treasure, colon, and then there's the poem. So, the poem is part of that paragraph before it. Part of that sentence, part of that paragraph. That paragraph is part of the chapter. That chapter is part of the book, and on and on and on. And if he references Santa Fe Trading Company in here, he wanted you to go, in the original book, before the stuff that was on Santa Fe Trading Company was published, he wanted you to go look at his website and read the other stories there to get more clues. And then you can go to the movies, For Whom the Bell Tolls and things like that, for more clues. He said he threw the book in the trash. He watched the movie. It could be it's not just a treasure box. So everything's double. There's double blazes, double treasure. It could be he's looking for somebody that's gonna keep his stuff all together and make sure that it's not separated and remains in one collection, but you know, go on museum tours or whatever. I don't know. He's wanting so you know, but all this stuff needs, you know. I sent him. I said, you know, if I found the treasure and I was to put it in some museum or exhibit or something, would you want to, you know, join in, have some of your other things put in there, and your family, you know, collect on the proceeds of that also, or something, you know? If you hear that humming, that's that wind generator. And I got I don't have a brake on it, because the damn brake, it shuts it down just when it's starting to make power. And with that thing going like it is, I'll have power in here till 10 o'clock at night, because I got the solar and that going. Reminds me, I got to plug. We'll go outside for a second, and it's Mike. I'll only be out there for a minute because I'm going to turn my solar panel, and you'll hear the wind. I'll try and have it downstream on the camera. I can hardly open the door. Into the wind, but it's windy as hell out here. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Want to come in? Want to come in? Come on, buddy. Okay, come on in, Jack. You want in? No, he says, there are rabbits out here. The rabbits don't care about the wind. There, I crushed my hat. Look what it did to my chain. Did you see, when we were out there, did you see Forrest fly by on a bicycle? I'm kidding. Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore. Oh, I think I'm about done, ready to make some more artwork. And yeah, that wind's outrageous. And you see I got my solar panel standing up at an angle so to catch more sunlight. Dude, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere. No, I'm not. I'm in the middle of the San Luis Valley. Big dust storm going on over there. I can show you out my window here. I can get this camera around and show you the dust storm over there against the Sangre de Cristos. No. I want this to go away. What the hell? I got stuff on the screen I don't want. How do I get rid of that stuff? How do I get rid of that? I got a bunch of pictures. You see the dust storm over there? That's all dust over there. And Taos is, if you go further south that way. Look at all that dust. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for putting crap on my screen that I can't tell it to stop. Normal. Okay, so what, YouTube? I gotta get a screen. Yeah, I got there. I gotta have a screenshot of that so I can tell you what the fuck. It won't go away. If you can see what's on my screen, I can't see your chat. I got a bunch of my it's showing my oh, there it went. Yeah, that little circle thing. YouTube, you don't need that shit. Nobody fucking cares about that. All it does is get on my screen and wonder what the hell's happening. Who did you bury? I didn't bury anybody. The guy who bought the land, I think he's got a dog buried over there. There's a pile of rocks over there, and I think it's covering a dog's grave or something. Maybe Pablo's under there, you know? Boy, that wind was something. Seems calmed down. Oh, it went up to a 42-mile-an-hour wind. How long have you been searching, Rob? You could ask Rob whatever you want. Year now. Yeah. I've been on my area for getting close to 3 years. When you get he says. There was one time I know I can't find it now, but he says you're going to have to look all over. You can't go straight to it. You're going to be looking all over for it. Because people looking for the actual box don't have a clue that they're actually looking. The poem says, his trove for all to seek. The treasure chest is wet because the bronze is wet They mix different metals in when they make bronze, and the different types of those metals that they put in, and then they don't turn it up to the full heat where they all mix real well. So you get a bronze that's multiple colors kind of in it. It's a multicolored bronze. They have streaks in it and stuff like that. That's called wet bronze. It's not actually it doesn't have water on it or anything. It's wet bronze. And people just, I can't fathom that. Really? They call it wet and it's not wet? How can that be? Well, that's the way it is. You just got to accept it. So you ever gone to Outback and you sit at the bar to eat and they give you this little thing that goes on the edge of the bar because there's a hump there on the edge of the bar, and it's a little thing to hold your plate flat on so you can have your plate right up next to you. And I was, I'd go sit at the bar because I go in there alone to eat. And this woman sitting next to me, and they gave her thing for holding their plate and put it there where it goes, and she goes, "What the hell is that?" Couldn't figure it out. I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." Yeah, if you're one of those people, you're not going to figure out the treasure in 10 million years. Go on and do something else with your life, Oh, exposed to the elements. Yeah, elements are air and water, atoms and electrons and protons. You don't know what it's a metaphor. Everything's metaphors. And it's like this, but not this. Like it's subtle. Like this, but not this. Like Yellowstone, but not Yellowstone. And the other one, when I watched For Whom the Bell Tolls, the rocks and hills and mountains are just like my area. And I went on Google Earth and looked at I couldn't find that canyon that's in the movie, or the canyon and all, but it's very similar to my canyon, and need to drain some more blood, I think. when I need some air like that, but each time they drain blood, I feel better and better and better. So, cubby hole, exposed but not wet. Yeah, I think it's in a safe. It's in a safe until he passes away. See, this rock. See this one. I want to put a buffalo on that one because it's shaped like a buffalo, and I'm going to put an elephant on that one because there's almost an elephant on there already. There is an elephant on there already. Jesus. And then I'm like, well, I'm not even going to touch it then. It's already got that. Are these parts of clay pots? Parts of 14,000, 15,000-year-old clay pottery or furnishings or whatever, I don't know but the thing I like about these rocks is my laser engraver can paint designs, or print on it. My laser engraver will print stuff on stones. And the nice thing about printing on stones is it doesn't have a bunch of stinky smoke like when I laser engrave plastic or something. And I got a bunch of new cutting wheels and polishing wheels and stuff for my Dremel. And too dangerous. I think the chest is in a river, possibly under. No, it's not in the water. It's not in the water. I'll guarantee you it's not in the water. It's where maybe a creek used to be, a dried up one. Because you start at one with water, you end at one without water. It's the beginning and the end are opposites. One high, one low. Things like that. I'm doing light speed. My wind generator. I need to put wings on because I got a propeller up my wind generator. I need to put wings on because I got a propeller up there. Oh, they're gonna drain blood from me one more time before I get my shoulder surgery. Yeah, I tell them right in there. I want whatever's right in there that's clicking and popping. I want whatever's right in there that's clicking and popping. That bone spread, that big old knot there. Bone spread, that big old knot there. See my, it's I don't know, you can't really see it, but I can feel the bone. There's like a cog that's click, clunk, clunk, clunk. And because I'm playing with it, it's going to hurt like hell. Yeah, and the doctor, I think I talked about that yesterday. Well, I'm glad that dust is all way over there and way over there. Lahar, Colorado. Yeah, they get dust down there. That's why the town is named Lahar. But out here in the middle, I normally with last winter with big wind like this, there'd be tumbleweeds all flying across the landscape, and where are the tumbleweeds this year? They're not out there. I don't see them. But you saw how windy it was out there. And I'm done because I'm just rambling now. And nobody in the chat is asking me anything. They're all talking to each other. I see it, you know. Oh, how long is your shoulder? It's pretty quick, I think. I don't know. This time I'm going to get physical therapy. The doctor has so many appointments that he can give me in the year. And those physical therapy, I had him stop my physical therapy. I said, well, he's got me scheduled for surgery, so no sense doing physical therapy before surgery. Save those appointments for after surgery, because they give you like 20 appointments from the VA, and they're giving me a primary care outside the VA, and I'm gonna see an endocrinologist outside the VA. So I'm going to tell they're looking for, well, the only one we can find in Colorado is in Denver. And it's like a 4 or 5 hour drive, you know. And, but there's one down here in Taos, and that's an hour and a half drive. That's a lot closer. I can go to the one in Taos. And when I go down there, I go get lunch too. We get lunch or dinner after the appointments when I go down there. Lots of good places to eat there. You go to the Mexican restaurants in Alamosa and you order I like a chimichanga with shredded beef. And if you give me a chimichanga with hamburger in it, I know that you're not that kind of quality place. I know it's quality if you get shredded beef in it. And it's cheapskate if you put hamburger in it. good. My tea is still warm. So I'm going to let y'all go, and I'm going to fill my teacup, and I'm going to start watching some Ben Stahl videos.